What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful day. I hope your day was fulfilled with nothing but good vibes and positivity. Thank you so much once again, especially all my new supporters, for joining the family and for giving me a chance. I hope you all are healthy and well. Today, we'll be reacting to Australian school system and cost when moving to Australia. Now, I'm going to actually compare this to the United States. You guys know how I do because of living in the United States, going to school in the United States is not free. If anything, it puts a lot of people in debt, and nobody deserves that, especially when trying to earn such education. Come on, guys. Like, tell me that's not cruelty. That's unfair, for real. Shout out to Living Simply Australia. Original video will be down below in the description. Let's jump right into this, man. Highly, highly recommended, man. Seriously, I can't believe I haven't watched a video like this sooner. Seriously?
If you're moving to Australia and you're planning to work full-time here, but at the same time you have a young family.
Wait, we've been making videos for how long and I've never reacted to like Australian school systems? You gotta be kidding me, right? I'm gonna have to go back into my videos and see. This may be really?
Moving to Australia and you're planning to work full-time here, but at the same time you have a young family, young children. You're probably wondering, what am I going to do with my kids when I'm working? And I know that many of you have been asking me to make a video about this, so let's get started.
Kids, man. Kids being wet, what I'm gonna do,
if you're a working parent of very young kids, it's likely that you'll have to send your kids to childcare or kindergarten. Childcare refers to private or community-based centers where people usually take their kids to be looked after, and this is usually for kids aged over 6 weeks. And these childcare centers, you're going to find them around your suburb, in your area. Something that you should know is that the cost of childcare can range from 70 Australian dollars to 185 Australian dollars per
day. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. I don't got kids, but when my sister had to go to the daycares and stuff, oh yeah. We're talking about a week. How much you paying a week? Really expensive. It's really nice to have family around, if like grandparents, maybe grandma, grandfather could help out, stuff like that. But if not, you cooked. You got to spend that bag. We don't have no family members around like that can actually watch the kids every day, all day,
day.
It's expensive.
Now, another option to community-based or private childcare centers is to access this type of services, but in your own home. So for example, you can hire a nanny or a specific certified professional to come to your home and look after your kids. These type of services are called family daycare and in-home care. And the cost of these services can range from 15 Australian dollars per hour or
15 to 35 per hour, but there's a risk you're taking. You gotta let somebody in your home. You leaving your kid home with somebody and stuff like that. Your house could be a mess when you get back. Like, what's the repercussions of this? Sometimes we should pay more money. I don't know. How do you guys feel about people being in your house? Me personally, I'm gonna drop my kid off at that daycare. But please let me know in the comments, like, what are your reasonings? Australia is a different world, a different country than the United States, than where I'm living and where I grew up, guys. So please do not get frustrated with me when I say certain things, because I'm literally going off of like what I see in the US and what I was taught as a kid and what I seen and what I learned. These people don't got the same love and generous hearts like how y'all Aussies do. They will beat your kid in your home. They will flat out beat your kid in your home and leave like nothing happened and come back the next day. If your kid don't say nothing, I'm serious. See, that's pissed. I'm getting pissed. And you could leave cameras in your home and stuff, and that don't stop nothing. What, you gotta drive from work to the crib now to get down on them for something? No. I mean, at least you could see what's going on with your child. You can't at the daycares. That's another thing. So you see, this is where the argument comes in. You guys rather your kid go to the daycare, or you letting a nanny come to your home and watch your kid? Please let me know in the comments. I'm not gonna go on a rant with this. But it's
35
debatable.
Australian dollars per hour,
Very
and in
cheap
some
for us.
instances
Very
maybe
cheap.
a bit more. Now, in some cases,
Very
if you
much
meet
cheap.
specific requirements, you may be able to access subsidies, that is government funding, to cover the costs of childcare services. And this type of financial support is called childcare subsidy.
Okay.
If your children are not that young and they are between 3 years old and 5 years old, you can send them to kindergarten or preschool programs. Kindergarten refers to a 2-year preschool program for children aged between 3 years old and 5 years old. And these preschool programs are usually before the kids start primary school.
Right.
Disclaimer: kindergarten and preschool programs may be called differently depending on where you live, in which Australian state you live.
I went to both. I went to preschool and kindergarten, and I remember both. Really. But I remember both. Yeah. Because my kindergarten was an
And this
actual
is
school.
a bit tricky because in New South Wales and the ACT, for example, they call kindergarten first year of primary school. The activities that precede primary school are called preschool programs. Whereas
Okay.
in other states, like here in Victoria, those preschool activities before year 1, it's called kindergarten. I know that this is a bit confusing, but hopefully it kind of makes sense. Now, the usual weekly hours that children spend in kindergarten or preschool
60.
programs is around 15 hours per week. And
What? 15 hours per week? Oh, wait. 15 hours per, yeah, wait a minute. That just threw me off. Because I was up in there all day. So the sun didn't even come up yet. And it's mad early. And the sun went down. And I'm leaving now. And go home and eat dinner, go to bed. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me find out. They was just leaving me.
school programs. Whereas in other states, like here in Victoria, those preschool activities before year 1, it's called kindergarten. I know that this is a bit confusing, but hopefully it kind of makes sense. Now, the usual weekly hours that children spend in kindergarten or preschool programs is around 15 hours per week, and they usually go to either a morning or an afternoon session. How much do you pay for these services will vary according to the kindergarten itself, because these are private institutions and they set their fees themselves. If you're not able to afford kindergarten services or preschool services, you may be able to access financial support provided by the government in the form of subsidies to be able to manage these costs. And the best way to find a kindergarten is to contact your local council or just go to the website.
Interesting. Really? 15 hours a week?
Now let's talk about school education, primary and secondary school here in Australia. Attending
Guys, I be seeing some of the comments. I don't got like nothing in my you see what I'm saying? I don't got like nothing in my hair or like nothing in my beard or nothing. Thank you all my people that be trying to help me out though. It's only been like 2-3 people that mentioned it's Strac, you got this. Nah, it's just like the oils I be putting on my face after I wash my face. And then I put it on my beard and stuff. Be looking all shiny and stuff, man. It ain't no gray hairs or none of that. People say, Strac, you get gray hairs? We ain't getting none of that. I ain't getting that now. You know? I gotta stop putting that oil on my face though, for real. Now we done using the oil. I'm going back to that gel.
primary and secondary school here in Australia. Primary and secondary.
Facts.
Now
I'm
let's
done
talk
using the oil,
about
guys.
school education,
good for my
primary
face.
and secondary school here in Australia. Attending primary and secondary school here in Australia is compulsory for kids aged between 6 years old and 16 years old. And that means that school is compulsory between year 1 and year 9 or 10. And let me briefly explain how it works. Primary school in Australia runs for 7 to 8 years and starts from year 1 or prep or kindergarten in some states and finishes in year 6 or year 7. Secondary school in Australia
Prep or preparatory reception. I've never really reception. Pre-primary transition. I've heard a lot of people, say transition, even in the US. Interesting.
Secondary school in Australia
Takes some time
runs
to get
for
familiar
3
with
to
that.
4 years. And depending on where you live, again, it may go from year 7 to year 10 or year 8 to year 10. Now, after secondary school, there's something called senior secondary school, and this runs for 2 years, year 11 and year 12. And of course, year 12 is the last year of secondary school. Another thing that perhaps you might want to know is that the school year in Australia usually starts in late January, early February, and it runs all year until mid-December.
What the? What? Try not to curse.
Early February, and it runs all year until
Bro, y'all go to school in late January? Early February? Man, we in February right now, man. It's February right now. September, October, November, December, January. Damn, 5 months? They already had 5 months of school already in the US and y'all just getting started?
mid-December.
Talking about until mid-December? Wait. Oh. Wait a minute now. January. Wait, hold on. Wait. I'm thinking of this all wrong. January, February. March, April, May. June, July, August, September, October, November, December? Wait, y'all have school through the summer? Wait, I'm getting so confused now. Oh my gosh. Help me out in the comments. I'm sorry if I just hit the desk. Help me out in the comments, guys, please. I don't want to sound crazy. I don't want to frustrate anybody, you know. The school year starts in late January, early February, until mid-December. Bro, you gotta go through the whole summertime to get to the December. There ain't no way around it. Y'all going to school in the summer? Oh, please let me know in the comments. I hope I'm not seeing this like differently than you guys. For real. I don't want to look like a dummy on this.
And kids get an average of 10 to
Oh,
12 weeks or even 14 weeks in some.
Yeah, 10 to 14 weeks of school holidays per year. Maybe this is why the kids, their mental health is so much more stable and healthy out there in Australia. I watch a lot of interviews on my free time, should I say. I don't really have a lot of free time. But when I do, I watch, if I'm not editing this stuff, I'm watching them type of videos. It's like, wow, these are why these kids, they're not that stressed. They don't have depression. They're not on drugs, That's when it starts when they get to the middle school, high school. Stressing these kids out, man. Y'all stressing them out. And we really have to understand and listen to the youth. The youth is the future. If we're not listening to them, we're ignoring them as young kids. What about when they're adults? Let's hope there's something when they're adults. Like, we got to do better in the U.S. for real. 10 to 14 week school holidays. Adults is getting benefits with their careers and their jobs. It don't matter what job you got. Facts. In the U.S., you better have a certain occupation for somebody to even speak to you. You can't even get in this door. It's crazy. School as well.
Instances of school holidays per year. But again, these numbers will vary according to where you live. Okay, let's talk about costs. Yay! How much do schools cost in Australia? Is Australian education free? The answer is yes and no. This is why.
Taxes.
Primary and secondary education in Australia is free if your kids go to public or state government schools, because these type of institutions are publicly funded. Having said that, you do need to take into account that you may have to pay for a small annual fee, which is usually around 400 Australian.
That's not bad for the year. 400? That's not bad at all. When they say like public, do they mean like taxes, like getting taken out of people's taxes, or is it something else?
$1 per year, and you'll have to pay for your kids' school uniforms, textbooks, and stationery and other activities.
Hey, wait a minute. You telling me I only need to pay for a uniform? I don't gotta go get you the new latest J's? You want the Yeezys on your feet. You want Balenciaga. Where you getting the money from? You know what I'm saying? These kids, man. I don't gotta get you all the swaggy swag so you can go to school and fit in. And I get a call from your teacher talk about, you ain't do your homework or this. Oh, we're not doing that. You gonna wear that uniform and you gonna go to school like a disciplined child should. You gonna go to school like a disciplined child should. Yeah, they're children. They be growing up so fast. They be worried about the wrong things. You better go to school, get an education. You worry about the latest J's you can show off to your friends. I like how y'all do things in Australia. No, seriously. Seriously. Is this public school? Wait, is this all schools? This is don't tell me this is at a public. Because public usually mean like you can wear whatever, right? This is publicly funded. Government schools are free. Publicly funded. So does that mean a government school is basically like a school for the kids, but us parents and us people, everybody, taxpayers, if you're old enough, you're paying taxes. Is that what that basically means? And this is what helps the kids get like these, should I say, uniforms and stuff like that? Had to re-jog my memory, my goodness. This isn't all schools, right? Do all schools in Australia wear uniforms? Or is it just government schools where it's publicly funded? It's gonna drive me crazy, man. This is what I be talking about. It's gonna drive me crazy. Thank you for your patience, guys. And thank you for joining me along. In Australia, almost all schools, I'm not lying. It literally, look at this. Forgive me, guys. My fingers are messed up. I know my fingers are messed up. I do not have pretty fingers. My hands be messed up, man. Almost all schools, approximately 99%, require students to wear a uniform, regardless of whether they are government funded or private. As an adult, I'm saying this as an adult. You can't really ask kids and teenagers. As an adult, I'm telling you right now, if I had to go back to school, give me a uniform. That saves time. That saves extra 30 minutes. I don't lay my clothes out the night before. Extra 30 minutes in the morning. What do I want to wear? I just don't match. Wait, where's those pants at? Wait, where's this at? I don't got time for that. Trying to go to school, make sure you look good. You ain't even got the right pants. Is this gotta go in the laundry? You don't got that to match this? Give me the uniform. I had to wear a uniform anyway for ROTC. I was used to it every Wednesday. I did not care. Give me a uniform. Like, it's better. It's better. It's just better. It's about 99%. Wow. What's the other 1%? Prison? I mean, even they wear uniforms. What, they got to wear the jumpsuits? That's not school uniform. That's a jumpsuit. What's the other 1%? Somebody let me know. I mean, you didn't say 100. You just said 99%. Where the other 1% at? I'm thinking prison. I'm thinking like the juvenile centers and stuff. Detention centers maybe?
Around 400 Australian dollars per year, and you'll have to pay for your kids' school uniforms, textbooks, and stationery and other activities. But having said that, overall, public schools in Australia are free. Okay, another very important thing to know about public schools in Australia is that enrollment in these schools is based on location.
Wait, publicly funded. So either it means taxes or it means like you yourself as the public, you're whoever is taking care of that child, you got to go out yourself. That you got to pay that annual fee. So I don't know if people do like payment plans, or if they just pay annually $400. And this is for the uniform. This is for the books, the supplies, Maybe it's not taken out of the taxes. Maybe I was looking at it the wrong way. Yet again, I wasn't fully going with that theory. Please let me know in the comments, guys.
And this means that it's likely that your kids will have to go to the school that's located in their local area.
Okay, yeah,
Another type of school education here in
Great
Australia
video.
is Catholic schools.
Catholic
schools are run by the Roman Catholic Church, and as such, the values that underpin Catholic schools are driven by Christian principles. Now, the good thing about this type of schools is that they're not as expensive as private schools. Why? Because they're partly subsidized by government. So you usually have to pay a relatively small fee. Now, independent of private school, you can expect to pay for private schooling around $20,000 per year. And again, remember that these numbers...
That's college. In the US, that's one semester right there, college.
Will vary depending on the state or area you live in as well. There are other types of...
Yeah, so how much our college is? Hold on. Private school fees, $20K. How much is college? Wait. How much is college? Oh, How much do people estimate it, typically annually pay for college if private schools in Australia is 20K? I like AI because you could just speak however you want. It don't even got to make sense and they still understand it. Kind of scary, right? I know. In Australia, estimated annual cost for university college. If you are comparing 20,000 private school fees, 2026, why is it not? Oh, it's based on your citizenship status and the type of institution. Domestic students, 5,000 to 16,500 per year. Yeah. Oh, cheap. Wait. Private independent universities, 11,000 to 18,000. International studies pay full fees typically ranging from 20 to 50,000 per the damn year. 20 to 50,000 per year. And that's international. That's for international? College is so much more. Wait, elite, mid-range, Catholic. College is so much cheaper in Australia than the US still. Oh my
dollars
gosh.
per
That's
year.
why these
And
people
again,
dropping out.
remember
I
that
finished
these
college.
numbers will vary depending on the state or
Was it boring?
area you live in as well. There are
Was
other
it boring?
types of private schools here in Australia, such as faith-based schools, selective schools, or Steiner schools, for example. So if you're interested in a particular teaching method, I highly recommend doing a bit of research on this because there's a whole range of different school systems to choose from as well.
An annual. How much does it cost to go to trade school in Australia? This is for my people who don't want to go to college. You know what I'm saying? 10,000 to 30,000 per year. Average fees off the phone around 7,000 to 14,000. AUD, of course, depending on the course of institution. Typically 1 to 3 years. Um, okay. Okay. And then they start breaking down each trade. Okay. Hey, either way, it's money. It does cost for education.
Now, if you're interested in learning a bit more about the higher education system in Australia, and this involves universities and vocational education and training, I highly recommend watching these videos here and here. Or if you're interested in learning a bit more about what is it like to work here in Australia or live here, I have a full library of videos in this YouTube channel for you and to learn everything you need to know about settling in this amazing country. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And
I can't even like it again. If I could, I would. I keep it 100. I keep it 100. Wait. I mean, we check you out. I consistently watch living in Australia. Seriously. So therefore, we're gonna go ahead and subscribe and turn all post notifications on because I really do like reacting to her very informative videos. Seriously, original video link will be down below in the description. Living Simply Australia. Living Simply Australia. Feel free to check out her channel. Amazing, very educational. Seriously, she taught me a lot today about your schooling system. A lot about your schooling system. Not only is it cheaper, not only is it better, but you guys get more lenient time. You get like more like holiday breaks, longer breaks and stuff like that from school. Wait, but the one question I got is, oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Where's that part at, guys? I don't want to make this video too long. But where's that part at? Where was that part at, guys? Because, oh my gosh, it's going to drive me crazy. Wait. Okay. Let's just ask this question right here. Do kids in Australia go to school through the summertime? Do kids in Australia go to school during the summer? Why are you not listening? Do the kids in Australia go to school in the summertime? You know what I'm saying? Like, hard-headed, man. No, Australian children generally did not go to school during the summer peak. Because Australia is in the southern hemisphere, their summer holidays run for approximately 6 weeks, from mid-December to late January, covering Christmas and New Year's. The new school year typically begins at the end of January. That makes so much sense. That's all I needed. Thank you. Oh my gosh. You guys, please feel free to add on to this amazing video and feel free to include, some more information pertaining to what I just read online. Where I can't even find my phone. I'm pointing I'm pointing to the ground. My phone went. Please, that's all I really need to look up right there to just clear my mind now. I'm like, wait, summer? Once again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so used to being in the US, like, oh, we want to enjoy our summer. Australia, it's always summer. It's always summer, depending what part you're in. It's always summer, man. And it's beautiful. Y'all not worried about the summertime like how we are. Thank you so much, everyone, once again for joining me today on this beautiful, marvelous day to react to Australian school system and cost. Original video link will be down below in the description. Feel free to check out her channel once again, Living Simply Australia, because she brings nothing but that quality content. Yeah, quality content. I love you guys so much. Stay safe, and I hope to catch you all in the next reaction video. Oh!